People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at people.etsy.com. And I was in my soap lab waiting for a lull, waiting for Mom and my brother to go away for the day. You know, it's like choir rehearsal for one of them and work for the other. So that way, when I make a mess soaping and clean it up or whatever, no one's going, oh, wow, you made a mess. This soaping thing is really getting to be, you know, because they don't see a mess. So when I show them the soaps I got and everything, they go, well, I thought this was going to be a time-consuming and messy project, but you can soap here anytime. Yeah, it took a while to get to that point. At first, I was using a old purple plastic tablecloth, so that way everything stayed protected. Now I have my own space. People have already expressed, well, you know, you're doing that upstairs, blah, blah, blah. Well, they never see the mess, and they see the beauty, and then they see me come down with, you know, a bucket of stuff that I wash up. If something's in the sink, I go ahead and wash that up before I wash my stuff up. So everybody's very confident that I'm not going to make a mess or more of a mess, so forth and so on. So I got ready to soap. I grabbed this, and this is all that came out. And that's not enough to cover that mold. And then the plastic wrap, yeah, it got ghost on me. So I came up with a brilliant, shall we say, makeshift replacement lining for the mold. And it occurred to me, duh, other people need to know about this. So not only did I make the one, I made another. And it's so simple. I'm going to take this out so that way I can make a third one and show it to you. And I'm not going to make a bunch of them, so you're going to have to pay attention to this video very closely, because basically I never make more than 4 soaps at a time, so I only need 4, and these are reusable. In fact, because I know this product, I know for a fact plastic wrap and that kind of stuff, if you got it in the right format, you can wash it in a machine. You know, I have washed plastic that wasn't even as thin as that, well, you know, in a washing machine, like for my tablecloths or whatever that I would use to protect my soaps. So let me show you what I'm doing here. I'm in fact going to show you how easy it is to take a loop. Now, the mold lid is in here, so pretend this is soap. Ta-da! That's how easy your soap will come out. So I'm going to put that down right there. I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to grab this. These are storage bags. This is what I use for some of the soap packages that are larger in size. Well, today we're going to use it as a mold liner. That's a 4-pound mold. This will fit in my 5-pound mold. This will fit in my 2-pound mold. This is something you got to give a try. Anyway, you take out one of your plastic storage bags, and you want to make sure you got the kind that has a folded edge right here, so that way it's not doing the overlap. There are some cheaper brands that have an overlap. I'm not real sure how well that will work in a soap, because if there's a gap in that overlap, you're going to have issues. So what I do is now I'm going to take a pair of scissors, Now, you see what I did? I folded that in half, so that way I could just clip the very end of it. Okay? Now, at first I was cutting it all the way up, but I found out real quick that didn't make sense even to me, so. Now, you're going to, okay, what I did when I clipped the ends, I made an open end on both sides of that. So, let's turn it this way so you can see better. I'm going to stick my scissors in that little opening I made. Get it in a nice, comfortable position. Go to cut a little bit, and then slide it straight out. Ta-da. And then we're going to do that on the other side. And almost every time it goes right on that edge. Same thing. And if it gets a little bit off of the edge, see, that one went perfect, straight on that edge. Now, the one that got a little bit off of the edge, as you can tell, it's not really going to matter. That gives me a piece of plastic this big, which we're going to line up, essentially, over the mold. And I have a lot of leeway from here to here, as you can tell. And a lot of leeway on here, but I'm going to try my best to center it. There's a reason why that I will show you in a second. Now, you're going to take your insert, put it in the center. Keep your hand right here, so that way, when it slides slowly down, it's not slapping in there. You got control over it. Okay. So that way, if you need to adjust it on the fly, you can. That's going to fit all the way down. Okay. Now, the reason why I adjust on the fly is because I want to be able to take this part, and if I have to readjust the inside, I can. Okay. And this literally lines up to the top of your standard mold. And this is where I will put piece of tape, 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 piece of tape. The inside you can manipulate to a fold or whatever on both sides, and then take your piece of tape or a band. I prefer bands for the sides, and I still probably use a piece of tape, but I always have a band on the side because that keeps out your air bubbles, especially when you're driving it down. And also, when it's time to make it solid, it gives me some place that I could pull without having to untape, because that could be messy, as you know, with some soaps. Now, let me give you a view of this. Ta-da! You see how far up that came? It's literally right at the flush of the mold itself. So if you tape it right there, or if you even take a wide piece of tape and go right over this edge and fold it over, that means your soap is completely protected within the plastic. And then you simply take this part out, make sure your soap is lined in there properly, pour your soap, cover your soap, wait on your soap to get solidified, and then when it's time to take it off, you just simply slide down your band, take off your, little pieces of tape, lift the soap out, go to the next batch, because that will make a non-seeping, leaking mold. And I have currently 3 of these now. So I have 1 more to make, and then this is going to go in my soap arsenal of supplies. So, I'm going to show you now in real time how I did that. Grab a bag. Fold the bag in half so you can clip the bag. Or you could just go from the other end, but I find I have more control this way. And then I just get in that little opening, which is easy if I just twist it a little teeny bit. And then slide it. Sometimes, depending on your scissors, it might want to not cooperate. And then I go to the other side, do the same thing, and slide it. Spread it, line it. Done. So, I mean, literally that took me a minute in real time. The 10 minutes is from me showing you exactly what I did, how I did it. My gray is really getting gray these days. Anyway, this is the People of 7 on Twitter, YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com, and my soaps, Purple Butterfly Soaps, can be located at people.etsy.com. Y'all stay blessed and stay tuned. Bye, man.